Hi, my name is Jeff Hewitt, General Manager of Bryan-Cullin Motors, and today we're going to talk about the Colorado ZR2. So if you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, make sure you click the link in the top of the description to start a conversation. So, Colorado ZR2. Now, Colorado comes in a lot of trim levels. We've got the WT, we've got the Trail Boss, Z71, and then ZR2 takes it to the next level. And when I say takes it to the next level, this is a very, very capable off-road vehicle, but still pretty good to drive on-road. And we're gonna get into why that's special about this truck. But I'll tell you, like, first of all, just look at it. What an amazing looking truck. Colorado ZR2, and once again, this comes in two versions. This is the ZR2, and then there's the Bison package that you can add on to it. We chose not to do it on this truck. The Bison package is for the extreme off-road. This is just very capable off-road as it is, and so we decided to stick with this for this particular model. Some of the things you're gonna notice about ZR2, first of all, it has a factory 3-inch lift. So what you're seeing here has all been done from the factory, which is really cool because that means the engineers have got it all right. This hasn't been done in somebody's backyard. This is the way the truck is supposed to be. And you're gonna notice there's some couple of other extra special things. First of all, we've got these great 33-inch off-road tires. These are ready to do the work. And the engineers were smart about this. They know if you're gonna go rock crawling with this, if you come around to the front, you're gonna see that they've actually cut out this front bumper here. And why? Well, if you're coming up on a big boulder that you gotta climb over, you don't want it contacting the bumper before you get your wheel on it. So you can get up and over and onto that rock if you need to. Coming around the front here, what a mean looking truck. This is business, okay? And I love this feature. This is kind of fun. This is what, I think this first showed up on Camaro. This is what they call a flow tie. And so to get that little bit of extra airflow into the engine compartment, they've actually got this hollowed out. They did give it the nice little red rim, telling you this truck is something special. But they got the flow tie in the front, and you can see everything here has been raised up, obviously to give that little extra clearance. Under the hood here, we've got the 2.7 liter Turbo Max engine making 310 horsepower. It's a very similar engine as to what you see in Silverado, and in this mid-truck package, more than capable of doing the job, especially off-road. Let's go around the side here and let's talk about some of the suspension features that would really make this truck special. So once again, this is built for off-road. What you're seeing down here is kind of a special setup. So these bars here, these are what they call rock rails. And so the idea behind this is that if you're up and you're rock climbing and you're getting up and over things, these rock rails are here to protect the body, so when that front wheel gets over the rock, it doesn't come slamming onto the body. The rock rail here is going to take the punishment. So when we first started putting rock rails on these ZR2s, customers didn't have much of a choice. They either had to have the rock rail or they had to take the rock rails off and put side steps on. Well, once again, Chevrolet came up with a solution. And what we have are these removable side steps. These are actually attached to the rock rails, and they are removable. If you're going to do some extreme off-roading and you need this clearance, you can take these steps off. I think it's an elegant solution. Really thought it through and makes the truck usable for everyday use. And then if you need that space, remove these suckers and get out there and get some rock climbing. As we move to the back here, now these are on all 4 wheels, I got to pay special attention to what's going on with this shock package. And this is unlike shocks you see on most factory vehicles. You can see this is the Multimatic DSSV spool valve shock absorbers. These are made for off-roading. Pretty interesting technology in these. Spool valve shocks, they were actually first developed, if you can believe it, for F1 cars. Yep, Formula 1 racing. The off-roaders found that by having multiple different spool valves built into the shock absorber, that's why it looks so funny. It's got these sort of 3 cylinders built into it. They can have a setting for when it's off-road and you're extending that shock way out, or taking a really hard compression over a high-speed bump off-road. But then again, it'll also adjust, and it'll give you that on-road manners that you want daily driving. It used to be that you had to choose. You had to choose to have a really capable off-road vehicle that, quite frankly, you probably needed a kidney belt to wear driving on-road, or you had to have an on-road vehicle that couldn't handle the off-road punishment. Well, this truck has been designed to do both things. And oh, by the way, it can even handle the potholes on Ontario Street here. So it's a really, really capable truck. let's take a look at what's happening on the tailgate. Okay, so we have a 3-inch lift, and so that does make this a little higher than normal, but of course you've got your 2-inch hitch. And yes, and even though it's a lifted truck, you can still tow with it. And of course, you got your nice soft opening tailgate. And in the back here, once again, you have all the typical sort of pickup truck things. You've got the cutouts that you can put in the 2x6s and compartmentalize the rear compartment if you want. They did do something kind of neat here back in the tailgate, you know, because they want space for everything. And they do have the standard Colorado tailgate where it's got the measurements across here if you're deciding to do some work with this truck. But what I've just unlatched is a special storage compartment inside the tailgate. This is really great to store some extra things that you might need. Great storage for tie downs, for example. Instead of just leaving them loose in the back of the truck for tying things down, you can actually compartmentalize them here. It does have a weather strap, so it'll still stay pretty dry in here, and it doesn't have to clog up your truck on the inside. Just latches once again here, and your items are secured. Okay, the elephant in the room. This has a massive sports bar on it. Why? Well, this vehicle's been optioned with the Midnight package. So when you get the Midnight package, you get all the great black badges that you've seen around this truck. You get this great black sports bar that is attached to obviously the bed rails. And then up top, we've got the massive off-road light. Let's get around the front and take a look and see what that looks like. So what we've got here is 40 inches of LED focused lens off-road light. Now this is really, if you're off-roading at night and you need that extra light to see, this is your solution. Also, if you have that person that maybe mistakenly high beams flashes you because they think your lights are too bright, well, they ain't seen nothing yet until you turn this on, okay? Really not what it's for, but this gives you that extra lighting that you need to see the trail ahead when you're off-road in the complete darkness. Okay, so inside here, all ZR2 once again, and the theme continues. You got this nice sort of camo offset color built into the truck. Of course, the Evotech interior, which is really easy to take care of and clean. You'll notice that it's been equipped with floor liners. So if you get out there and you get muddy, it's okay, it'll clean up. But inside, hey, you're gonna drive this thing every day, aren't you? You've got your controls across here for your front locking and rear locking differentials. That's great for off-road, but otherwise you've got your Google Assist. And you know what? We're seeing this throughout the General Motors lineup. This is a great system. Once you learn how to connect your phone, operate your phone with it, it's actually quite intuitive. It actually figures out your mapping. One of the greatest things that I like about it that I've enjoyed is that if I've got an appointment in my phone, it automatically suggests it as a map reference. So I had to take my cast to the vet last weekend, had it in my phone. I got in the vehicle, started it up. It was already suggesting a route to where I had to go. I didn't even have to ask it. Very, very intuitive system. Can't tell you how much this does a great job. All 410 pound-feet of torque, everything's controlled from here. Really capable. Like I said, we've got front and rear electric lockers. We've got hill descent control. Everything you need to go off-roading or on-roading in comfort. 2025 Colorado ZR2. Now, is this too much truck for you? Let's see it in your comments below. If you love off-roading, this is the right vehicle. Make sure you come down and see us at 386 Ontario Street in St. Catharines, Bryan-Cullin Motors. Make sure you like and subscribe below. Look forward to seeing you soon.